yes, the studio is a bedroom now. Steve sleeps there. I don't need a whole lot of space to talk about turnout discs. I want to talk about turnout discs. Okay, so if you are an advanced ballet dancer, if you are proficient in ballet, if you know where your turnout muscles are and you know how to access them, you probably don't need these. In fact, I didn't get these for myself. I got these because I have a student that, against my better judgment, I might have prematurely approved her for point shoes. She has everything else. She has the emotional maturity, she has the knee stability, she has the ankle control, she has the roll down control. She passes the pencil test when you have her point her foot, so she has the mobility, and she's really strong. I think it was because she has a foundation of gymnastics, but she doesn't have turnout. Could not get this kid to turn out. But I saw that over the summer. She signed up for my pre-point class, and it's a very small class. I can give her a lot of individual attention. So I was hoping that I could kind of motivate her to work a little harder on her turnout by telling her that she can have the point shoes in her hands when she starts working with me over the summer. She may not strap on the boots right away, but she will have them, and then maybe towards the end of the summer, we will kind of work up to that. Because sometimes I think the only way you can really feel it is by doing it, and there are some things that you feel more in point shoes. So, I think on the one hand, maybe it was a little too soon, but on the other hand, maybe it will just help some things click for her, And she was like, "Miss Victoria, I got turnout discs." And I'm like, "Are you using them though?" And she's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, So I got these almost as a secret pop quiz. I wanted to be like, "Okay, kid, show me how you're using these turnout discs at home." But also, these were so great for all of my other students. I got a kind of cheap version. These were $39-ish from Discount Dance. I know they make better ones. I've been in physical therapy studios that have super fancy handcrafted wooden ones. These are so great. These are such a great teaching tool because you can have anybody stand on these. Even somebody that's never done ballet, somebody that has never even heard the concept of turnout. These are really foolproof. Because I have students of all different levels. Some of them, have a little more body awareness than others. And of course, for this whole, year, I'm telling them, turn out. We turn out from up here, not from down here. You have to find it from out here. And some of these kids, no matter how much they think they're turning out from up here, they're not. So by bringing these in and having all of my students experiment with them, they have felt these muscles finally for the first time, and all of their reactions are the same, and they're good reactions. They're describing the feeling in such a good way. I even put my husband on these, and he's never turned out from his glutes before in his life, but the second I asked him to do it, he was like, "Oh, wow, that's a feeling." And that's what all the kids were doing too. They were like, "Oh, wow, that's intense. Oh, wow, it feels like it's pulling, or it's squeezing, or it's tugging." They were using all the right words. So that means that these things, and I don't even think it really matters where you get them from, as long as they serve their basic function, you can't go wrong. So even if you only use them once and feel those muscles that you've been supposed to be feeling all this time, it's worth it. Because once I had the kids stand on these and then go back to the bar and told them to use those same muscles again, their turnout was amazing. They looked like different dancers after one use. So if you're a teacher trying to get your students to turn out, or if you're at that level in your dancing where it's you think you're turning out and you're really trying, but you're not sure, it's not staying, you can't find those muscles that the teachers are talking about, even if you use these just once and never use them again, it's worth it. It changes the way that you think about your legs and your body and your turnout muscles. So I came here to say, yes, turnout discs are worth it. So what are turnout discs? Why am I getting so excited about these two weird little purple pancakes? So turnout discs are basically, a single turnout disc is just like a lazy Susan. You know, one part stays stuck to the floor and the other part kind of spins around. If you've ever had like a lazy Susan at a dinner table, I didn't know what those were for the longest time, by the way. So there's a platform that stays still, the bottom half doesn't move, but the top half swivels. And all you really need to do to feel these muscles, anybody can do this. I had my husband do this and he's never had to turn out from his butt before in his life. You stand on it parallel, and I have, you know, big long feet, so my heels hang off the back. I think it might even be preferable to have your heels hang off the back a little bit and have most of the weight in the front of your foot, because when we're, you know, dancing and doing ballet, most of our weight should be in the front of our foot. 2/3 of the weight should be in the ball of the foot and only 1/3 of the weight in the heel. So because I have big long feet and my heels are hanging off the back, I give myself a little bit of space in between these turnout boards. But all you do is you step on it and you start in parallel. Starting in parallel is like the way to ensure that you activate the muscles, because if you try to start turned out, first of all, it's going to slide back in. These will slip back into neutral, but only if your muscles allow them to. I've been on turnout discs that almost have resistance, like they want to stay in neutral and you have to actively muscle your way to resist it, but these are free spinning. They don't have resistance in either direction, but it's still really useful. So you can start in parallel, and with straight legs, just try to bring your heels forward, bring your heels together. And of course, you know, I've been a ballet dancer for many years. I have natural turnout, so I can achieve almost full 180-degree turnout with these muscles alone. Or you can start in a parallel plie and then bring your heels together. It's much easier to feel your turnout and open your hips when your knees are bent. Has something to do with like how the femur sits in the ball and socket joint when things are bent. And then once you found this nice turnout in plie first position, and remember your tailbone should be down, not sticking your tush out, tailbone down, heels forward, knees open, then you try to keep it there as you straighten. Don't let the heels slip back. And then if you want to, you know, even up it a notch from there, you can go to releve, trying to keep the heels forward, tailbone down, and slowly come down without letting it slip back, right? You want to keep the heels forward even as you come down. And these were the little things that I had my students do, and they all had the same reaction. They were like, wow, that's intense. I've never felt that before. It's so weird. But once they like realized, oh, that is where all of ballet comes from, they were so excited. They wanted to keep trying again. And I almost wish that there was some like routine that you can do with these discs, almost like doing a bar or doing a center, like a turnout disc ballet exercise, you know, something more than just like I almost wish there was something that you could do on like one foot to make sure that you're really like turning out on the one leg, or if there's a way to like almost do a bar, a ballet bar, but with the turnout discs. I don't know how that would work. I don't know if anybody's come up with something like that. But the thing is, if you want to practice a strong and engaged turnout that can hold and maintain your positions, you can't just sit here going ee. That's what my little student was doing when I was like, hey, show me how you use these turnout discs, and she was just like ee. And I'm like, okay, but when in ballet do we only hold our turnout for a second and then let it go again? You know, we never just hold our turnout for a second and let it go. Theoretically, you should be working from your turnout muscles the whole time you're in a ballet class. That's an hour and a half, well, an hour, I guess, of turnout muscles. So if you really want to build up the strength and the muscle stamina to hold it there, we really are talking about holding this for many minutes at a time, you know, and it's gonna burn, and you're gonna get tired, and you're gonna be sore, and you're not gonna be able to walk the next day. But hey, welcome to ballet, that's what it takes. So as I said, I got these from Discount Dance. They're probably not the most sophisticated pair of turnout discs that I've encountered in my life, but they get the job done. They get you feeling those muscles, and I think they're really, really worth it. Just to feel that feeling. If you or someone you are teaching is struggling with feeling that feeling, like, wait, I just can't find the muscles. I just don't know what you're talking about, Miss Victoria. Why do they keep saying my glutes, my rotators? I don't get it. This will make you get it. You have no choice. You have no choice when you're on these. You will get it. So it has been Salty tried, tested, and approved. I approve. I approve of turnout discs. I think they're worth it. I don't think it matters if you get a cheap pair or an expensive pair, or even if you just go find 2 lazy Susans off of somebody's dinner table and try it that way. As long as you practice holding it for a long time. You can't just go eat. You have to really like build up that muscle stamina, because in ballet, you're holding turnout for minutes at a time. You don't just hold it for a second and then let it go. So that's the only thing to keep in mind. And just be careful, you know, because sometimes it's a little wobbly. Sometimes you can like, you know, feel like you're gonna fall forward or backwards or something. So always be careful. Maybe like if you want a bar to hold on to the first time you try it, but like really, yes. Thank you for watching the end. Stay salty. Bye.